Welcome to San Diego PropertyManagementPros.com. I'm Scott Chamberlain, President of the Von Muser Real Estate Group and Director of our Tenant Relations, and I'm joined today by Mark Von Muser, our CEO and Director of our Landlord Services. Welcome, Mark.
Thanks, Scott. Glad to be here.
Mark, take a moment and explain the top 3 reasons why someone watching this video would want to hire our company to manage their rental property.
That's a great question, Scott. And after helping over 709 homeowners with their leasing needs, we've learned that all homeowners have the 3 basic needs and wants. Number 1, they want to get the most lease or rent for that property they can as quickly as they can get it. Number 2, they want the right tenant in their home that will take care of the property like themselves. And number 3, they want great communication. So if they have a question or concern, it's addressed immediately and not in several weeks later. And we've actually built Property Management Pros on those 3 pillars of our business.
That's excellent, Mark. So what it gets down to is experience, and it really gets down to the landlord. How do you market my property and find me the best tenant?
Yeah, that's a great point, Scott, but I'd also like to expand a little bit further and also point out to any landlord watching this video that we also know what it's like to personally have to write that check month after month.
Absolutely.
And also, furthermore, we know the stress of what it feels like to have to write a check on a vacancy and the problems that that can propose to a landlord. And that's exactly why we've come up with the most aggressive marketing campaign in the entire industry. In fact, over 277-point marketing plan designed to get worldwide exposure within 48 hours.
Excellent.
And what that does is that creates much more activity, that creates more showings, and more showings means more applications. More applications means we stand the best chance to get the right tenant at the highest rental rate possible, and that's what landlords want.
That's excellent. Excellent.
So, and one more thing, Scott, is a lot of landlords don't realize that not all companies do this. In fact, most companies are still doing it the old way. They put a sign out front and then they wait for the tenant to call. Occasionally they'll place 1 or 2 ads on Craigslist. And what separates us is that our marketing plan is aggressive. And the reason why is that it gives you the best chance to get the right tenant paying the highest amount of rent possible. If you're doing the minimums like a sign out front, it puts the seller in a really bad position. It's a recipe for disaster.
Well, they take the first renter.
That's right. They're forced to. That's all they have.
Absolutely.
And that's a recipe for disaster.
Excellent. Well, Mark, number 1, experience. Number 2, marketing. Obviously, both of those are extremely important to the prospective landlord watching this video. But I think just as important and extremely crucial is finding the right tenant and how to go about finding that right tenant. Let's address that.
Well, you're absolutely correct, Scott. And this is actually an extension of number 1. Because we do the most comprehensive marketing in the industry, we know how to attract the right tenant. And in addition, 80% of our clients actually are moving in from out of the area. They're executives looking for executive homes here in San Diego, and we get to them first. Number 2, we also do the most comprehensive screening of those tenants, because any landlord knows renting is only part of the problem. You also need to find the right tenant. If you skip that step, and some companies do, you skip that step, it's opening up a huge can of worms or a hornet's nest of potential problems by skipping it. So we go to extreme lengths. It's a lot more work, but again, that's what we would expect on our homes.
Absolutely, Mark. And let me give you an example of some of the screening processes that we go through with everyone that applies for a rental within PMP. We do an identity theft warning screening. We do a full identity verification, multi-state eviction search. How about a national sex offender search? Social Security and the confirmation of their number, current employment verification. We do a local and a national background check on all of our applicants, national credit check and check everybody's FICO score, and a rental history verification and address check. Mark, we even go the extra step and do a terrorist and a national security check on all of our applicants.
Right. It's a sad fact or reality, but we hear horror stories every single week somewhere in America. In fact, here in San Diego a while back, a property management company, they got 1 tenant application, they put that person in, turns out it was a sex offender. Had they taken the marketing steps we did, had they taken the security steps that we did in the verification, this would have never been a problem, and we would have gone with one of the other applicants. But those are the kind of steps that we go above and beyond because, again, getting back to our principles, we treat every homeowner as if it was our home.
Excellent. Mark and I want to thank you for watching this video, and by now it's probably becoming rather obvious as to why we are your best choice for property management here in Southern California.
So take a second, give us a call, let's schedule a free 30-minute consultation so we can discuss your situation, and we'll go into depth on how we can get you the most money on your rental quickly when you want it and get you the right tenant and protect your investment. Thanks again for watching, and you have a great day. We look forward to your call.